Okay, so let's just go through some ACT questions. This first one, we're on question 50, which is awesome. We're like almost through. We're going to end with 53 today. We only have 7 more problems that we're done through a test. So you can find the volume of an irregularly shaped solid object by completely submerging it in the water and calculating the volume of the water the object displaces. You completely submerge a solid object in a rectangular tank. So we have some rectangular tank. Let's see if I could draw this. Oh, wait. Maybe I can. And then this would go like up like this. You get the point. We have some rectangular tank here. And it says that the base is 40 by 30. And we have water in here filled up to 20 centimeters. And we want to find the volume of that. But then it says we put in an object and it goes up by 0.25 centimeters. So we need to find the volume of it without the object in and then the volume with it in and subtract the two. So if we find the volume of this first, volume is length times width times height. So this is going to be 20 times 30 times 40, which equals 24,000. But then if we go up a height of 0.5, so then that means our height is now 20.25. I said 0.5, I meant 25. So it's going to be 20.25 times 30 times 40, which if we calculate that, we get 24,300, which it looks like that went up just 300 right there. So the volume of that object must be 300 cubic centimeters. Okay. This next one, so we're finding ratios here. So it says x to y is 5 to 2. We could write those as fractions. So x to y is 5 to 2. And there might be a couple different ways you can do this. This is just the way my brain is doing this. And then y to z is 3 to 2. And we want to know the ratio of x to z, which means that we don't care about y. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get these both so that they just equal y. So I can cross multiply. Remember, you can cross multiply over an equal sign. So this would be 2x equals 5y, which means if I divide by 5, we have y equals 2/5 x, or 2x over 5. Let's actually just write it like that, 2x over 5. Okay, and let's do the same thing here. We can cross multiply this, solve for y. So we have 2y equals 3z. Divide by 2, and you get y equals 3z over 2. Now, since these are both y's now, I can set them equal to each other. So then I can set this 2x over 5 equal to 3z over 2. And I want to get this in the form of x over z. So I just need to move things around, okay? So I'm going to multiply over, so this will be 4x equals 15z, which at this point, we can look over here. Well, 4 and 15, I'm guessing it's e. Let's see if we can figure it out, though. So we're trying to get it in the form of x over z. So I'm going to divide this one by 4. And then I'm trying to get this z over, so I'm going to divide by 4z. Those 4's cancel. I'm left with x over z. The z's cancel, and I get 15 over 4, which means that our guess was right. Okay. This one up here, so which of the following is a solution statement for the inequality shown below? So basically, we need to take this part of it and solve it. And then we need to take the other part, this part, and solve that. Okay, so let's take the left part first. And we have -5 is less than 1 minus 3x, which I can just subtract that 1 over, and I get -6 is less than -3x. Divide by -3. Whenever you divide, this thing flips. Okay, our inequality flips. So this I'm left with 2, which is now flipping, so is greater than x. Okay, and if I look over here, we can rewrite this as x is less than 2. The only one that has that is h. So really, you could say, I'm done with this problem at that point, okay? But let's figure out the rest of this so that we can really justify it to ourselves. So we have 1 minus 3x is less than 10. Subtract the 1. You get negative 3x is less than 9. Divide by negative 3. So x is greater than negative 3. Which this part says x is greater than negative 3. Okay, and we could write this all as one thing if you just put the x in the middle. We have x and then is greater than negative 3 and is less than 2. Okay. This last one, the formula below shows the surface area of a rectangular solid where W is width, L is length, and H is height. By doubling the dimensions of the surface area, the surface area will be multiplied by what factor? On problems like this, I always like to just give them values. So let's first start with length equals width equals height, and let's just say it equals 1. So I'm going to plug 1 into there. So we have area equals 2 times 1 times 1 plus 2, 1, 1, plus 2, 1, 1, which that's 2 plus 2 plus 2, which equals 8. Now let's do the same thing, but let's multiply length, width, and height by 2. Or they equal 2, so we're doubling it. So then we have our surface area equals 2 times 2 times 2 plus 2 times 2 times 2 plus 2 times 2 times 2, which 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, so 8 plus 8 plus 8. 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 8 is 24. So we started at, oh my goodness, I can't do math, guys. This is a 6. If we were in class, you could have been like, duh, Miss Gagan, but we're not. So 6 times 4 gives us 24, so it would be multiplied by a factor of 4. Okay? Cool. Okay, let's do just some example problems. These will be quick. These are homework problems. I don't know if your homework problems change or not, so like you might have this problem, you might not. But if we want to find the root and the multiplicity for this problem, I'm just going to factor it. So I can start by factoring out an x, and I'd be left with 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. Then I can factor that. 4 times 1 is 4. And we're seeing what adds to be negative 4, which happens to be negative 2 and negative 2. So then I'm just going to leave that x on the outside. I have 4x squared minus 2x plus 1. Can group those first two together. Group these two. Between those two, I can take out a 2x. These ones I can take out a negative 1. So I have 2x minus... Wait. I'm getting way ahead of myself. 2x, and inside I'm left with 2x minus 1, negative 1, 2x minus 1. So our factors are x, 2x minus 1, and 2x minus 1, which can be rewritten as x and 2x minus 1 squared. So then to find our roots, I'm going to set x equal to 0 and 2x minus 1 equal to 0. So x equals 0 is one of my roots. And this one has a multiplicity of 1. Okay, here I'm going to set 2x equal to 1. I can just add that 1 over, divide by 2. So x equals 1/2, which would be this. And that has a multiplicity of 2. Okay, and if we were to graph this, so we have a root at 0, 0. And has a multiplicity of 1, which means it's going to cross. So I'm just going to put a C right there. Okay, we have a root at 1/2, so let's say that this is 1. So this would be 1/2. And this has a multiplicity of 2, so it's going to touch. And then if I look at my end behavior here, this is odd, and it is positive. So odd and positive means it starts low and ends high. So I'm going to start down here, and I want to end up here, which means I'm just going to go through, I'm going to cross that, come back, and I'm just going to touch that so it does exactly what I want it to do. Okay? Let's do one more. This is one of the synthetic division problems. So remember, you can use long division here. Or we can use synthetic if we want to. Just kidding. We can't. I haven't told you synthetic yet. I'm so sorry. Next time we can do synthetic. So here, if we use long division here, we have x squared plus 7x plus 14 divided by x plus 3. So we're going to first divide first with first. So I'm going to take this x squared divided by x, and I just get x. And then I'm going to multiply to the outside terms. So here and here, x times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. And then I'm going to subtract. And really, you're just changing the signs. And the reason why, so if we subtract this, so if I subtract this whole thing, I could just distribute this in, which means that this is a negative and this is a negative. So it just changes both those signs. So we subtract those cancel, and I'm left with 4x here. Then I'm going to bring down the next term. Bring down this 14. And then we're just going to repeat. So I'm going to divide first with first. So 4x divided by x is 4. So this is going to be plus 4. Multiply. So 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract, change the signs. Those cancel. 14 minus 12 is 2. Which means that this is our remainder. And you can always write the remainder as plus 2 over whatever we were dividing by x plus 3. So if it doesn't give you like this quotient remainder thing, this is how you will put in your answer. But the answer for this is going to be x plus 4, and the remainder is 2. Cool. Okay, I will be on Google Meets all morning. Please hop on if you have questions. Bye, guys.